Hello, YouTube fans, and a happy Halloween to everyone. Today, I'm going to be interviewing Vox from Hasbin Hotel. Keep in mind, this is for entertainment purposes only. It's not like I'm talking to the real thing. And action. Let us ask each other questions.
Vox leaned forward, resting his chin on his fist. All right, let's get started. I'll ask the first question. So, Spirit, what made you want to start a cartoon show with your friend Danny?
Well, I guess the names are similar. I mean, Spirit and Phantom are kind of the same thing in a way. But the reason I wanted to do this is because me myself in the real world, I've always been a fan of the TBS Security Breach VR chat shows that star Roxanne Wolf and Gregory, the Freddie and Jackie show, and so on.
Vox nodded, listening intently. So you were inspired by those shows and wanted to create your own. That's quite ambitious. Now it's your turn to ask me a question.
All right, Vox, what do you do when you're not, how should I say this nicely, recording in your studio or recording on your own personal television-like face?
Vox chuckled at your question and leaned back in his chair. When I'm not on air or recording, I'm usually busy working on new projects or strategizing with other overlords. Sometimes I also like to indulge in a bit of entertainment myself, be it watching shows, playing video games, or just doing something to relax. And it's not always my goal to broadcast. He gave you a sly smile. Does that answer your question? Or do you want to ask something else?
Yes, that answers my question. Your turn for the next question.
Vox thought for a moment before asking his next question. All right, let me ask you something personal now. Why do you go by the name Spirit? Is there any significance behind it?
Well, there are two reasons I chose this for a YouTuber name, I guess. One, I'm a big fan of those Spirit Halloween stores. Don't get me wrong, the animatronics are awesome. And two, it just sounds cool in my opinion.
Vox chuckled, amused by your response. I must say, that's certainly an interesting reason to choose a name, and I have to agree, it does sound quite cool. Your turn to ask a question now.
I do have a question, and this might be a spoiler for someone who hasn't seen the Has Been Hotel season 2 yet. Is it true that you showed Valentino a video of him trying to, or how should I say this without being rude, beating up angel dust, etc.?
Vox was caught off guard by your question, but he quickly regained his composure. Ah, that's a rather sensitive subject. But yes, I did show a video of your actions involving angel dust to Valentino. I apologize if that was inappropriate.
It's all right. I kind of found it amusing that you would have video footage of your friends, the V's. It's quite interesting. My reaction was like, did he really just record Valentino?
Vox chuckled, clearly amused by your reaction. Yes, I do have a tendency to record things. It comes in handy sometimes, you know. It allows you to have leverage over people.
Well, I only record my YouTube stuff for uh, entertainment purposes and fun, not whatever you do. Let's skip that. What's your next question?
Vox raised an eyebrow, amused by your response. Fair enough. Was around the eyes, and see this enfant. Let's move on. So, Spirit, what's the craziest thing that's happened while filming your show with Danny?
Well, I guess the craziest thing is when one time Marionette the puppet from the hit game Five Nights at Anime, FNIA for short, took my camera and decided to record a little video of her own.
Vox chuckled, clearly amused by your story. Oh, really? And pray tell, what kind of video did she record?
She recorded a Men in Black 2 Serlina arrival video without my permission. Then again, that's why I have rules and boundaries about this stuff.
Vox couldn't help but laugh at your story. Wow, that sounds like quite an adventure. And I can imagine you had some words for her when you found out she took your camera without permission.
Oh, I had some words. Trust me, they were off screen. No swear words on my YouTube channel, that's for sure.
Vox smirked, clearly enjoying the conversation. I see you have to keep it family friendly on your channel. That must be quite a challenge, considering the chaos that seems to follow you.
Yes, indeed, the chaos. Especially when I myself in real life have to voice every character that comes to mind. Heck, even Serpentius the Snake. Hey, come to think of it, I might even voice you someday. I'm just not sure how to get into character, you know?
Vox's smirk grew wider as he leaned forward slightly. Oh, I can certainly see why that would be a challenge. But if anyone could pull off my character, it would be you. I have no doubt about that. I believe in your range as a voice actor. And as for getting into a chaotic character, well, just channel your inner demon, my dear.
I'm gonna forget, just gonna zap out and forget you said my dear to me. Anyway, next question.
Vox chuckled, enjoying the banter. Oh, my sincerest apologies, darling. I didn't mean to offend you with that little endearment. But let's move on, shall we? Your turn to ask a question.
Alright, Vox, is it true, sorry if I'm getting personal here, that you want to rule heaven with an iron fist? Sorry, I got this source from the season 2 episode I saw this on.
Vox's expression darkened at your question, clearly caught off guard. Who told you that? That's quite a personal matter. But to answer your question, yes, I do have aspirations for power and control. Heaven, in particular, is a realm I've had my eye on. But don't go around spreading rumors, my dear.
Don't worry, I won't. This interview is just between you and me. Your next question, please.
Vox took a moment to compose himself, still a bit flustered by earlier question. Very well, here's my next question for you, Spirit. Given your career as a voice actor, do you ever have any interesting or memorable interactions with fans?
Well, there is this one time where I thought I'd got over it. There was this person in VR that I named Miss Raven Afton and such, but she prefers to call me for she prefers for me to call her just plain Raven, just because of well, it's hard to explain, but this one time she and I recorded a cute Five Nights at Anime video with Bumblebee taking the job as a security guard.
Vox raised an eyebrow at your story, intrigued. Ah, interesting. And this Raven person is a friend of yours then, I presume?
She was until, well, I'd rather not tell that story. It's complicated.
Vox noticed the subtle change in your tone, I see. I won't pry if it's something you'd rather not discuss. Let's move on to the next question then.
All right, let's move on. My question to you. Were you always a TV head like this, or was it something that just poof happened when you arrived down here?
Vox chuckled, amused by your curiosity. Oh no, my dear, I was not always like this. When I first arrived in Hell, I had a very different appearance. But as my power and influence grew, I chose to take on this form. It's quite striking, don't you think?
Yes, and between you and me, let's hope Alistair doesn't find this out. I think TV is the perfect form of entertainment, but it has to be used wisely, though.
Vox raised an eyebrow at your mention of Alastor. Ah, yes, the radio demon. He's quite the charming one, isn't he? And don't worry, my dear, your secret is safe with me.
Anyway, next question from you to me, Vox. Go on.
Vox thought for a moment before asking his next question. All right, here's a question for you, Spirit. Given your interest in voice acting and being someone from Earth, do you ever miss the human world and your life there?
I'm gonna be honest, Vox. Speaking from one of my OC's point of view, which is Mr. Wells, aka Spirit, the mutant-like hero, I'm gonna say, yeah, I do miss my place back on Earth, but at the same time, it's been fun to chill around here, you know?
Vox nodded, understanding what you were saying. I can imagine it's quite an adjustment going from the human world to the chaotic realm of hell. But it seems like you found a way to make the most of it, my dear. And it certainly sounds like you're having memorable experiences.
Oh, trust me. Coming soon, if I figure out how my brain will stop, uh, you know, from working right, I will someday figure out how to do Hasbin Hotel videos on my YouTube channel without getting copyrighted, of course.
Vox chuckled at your ambition. Ah, so you aspire to create content similar to the Hasbin Hotel? That's quite ambitious indeed. But you have my support, my dear. I'll be looking forward to seeing your creations.
Thank you, even though that Sir Pentious meeting a new demon in the Hasbin Hotel got more views than I expected the other day. Anyway, next question. Vox, is it true that, this might be a weird question, but are you and Valentino a thing, or are you more like work employees to each other?
Vox scoffed at your question, clearly offended by the implication me and Valentino, as in romantically involved? Ha, don't be ridiculous. We're business associates, nothing more. Valentino and I have a partnership based on mutual interests. Our relationship is purely professional, nothing beyond that.
Yeah, I've been hearing fans question about that. Anyway, your next question to me.
Vox smirked, amused by the fan speculation. Ah, it seems the fans are always quick to jump to conclusions, aren't they? Well, let me ask you this, Spirit. Given your experience with voice acting and your diverse range, have you ever considered expanding your talents beyond just animated content?
Well, if you're talking about the VR chat YouTube shows called the Spirit and Danny Show and some others I may have created in the past, uh, maybe it's just one day I'll learn how to animate properly, but at the same time, I'm afraid it might go above the friendly limit if you catch my drift.
Vox chuckled at your response. I see. You're concerned about pushing the limits of what's considered family friendly. Well, let me tell you something, Spirit. Sometimes pushing boundaries can lead to great rewards. You just have to find the right balance.
I completely understand. Maybe that's why on my YouTube channel I'm trying different things here and there, from toy reviews to gaming to VR chat episodes, etc.
Vox nodded, appreciating your diverse approach. That's a smart move. Experimenting and trying different things keeps your channel fresh and interesting for your audience. And I must say, your toy reviews can be quite entertaining.
Wait, really? You don't think it's childish when I go into depth for, say, the Dinosaur Train interactive toys like Alvin, Derek, and Tiny and such?
Vox chuckled, amused by your comment. No, actually, I find it quite fascinating. You have a genuine enthusiasm for those toys and their reviews. Plus, let's be honest, some of those toys are quite impressive, even for an overlord like myself.
Yeah, even though the toys are what's the word I'm looking for? Inferior to overlords down here.
Vox chuckled, amused by your description. Indeed, we as overlords may be superior to mere toys, but they do have a certain charm and nostalgia, don't they? And hey, anything that can entertain you is worth appreciating.
Why, thank you, Vox. What's your next question for me? Or did you ask me too many questions and now I ask you some? Sorry, I lost track of time here.
Amused by your ramblings. No worries, my dear. It seems like we've both lost track of time here. Let's continue with the questions. You go ahead and ask me something.
All right, this is for interview and entertainment purposes. So, Vox, what else do you like to do besides TV programs and running Vox Tech?
Vox leaned back in his chair, pondering for a moment, before answering. Well, outside of my main ventures, I do have a few other interests. I enjoy exploring new technology, keeping up with the latest breakthroughs and innovations. I also have a penchant for the arts, particularly the finer things in life, music, theater, that sort of thing. And sometimes I dabble in a bit of, let's say, social manipulation, for entertainment purposes, of course.
So I've heard. My next question here, sorry if I'm taking two questions from you and stuff, but I'm gonna go ahead and ask this. Is it true that you do not like radio?
Vox smirked, clearly amused by your question. Ah, yes, the age-old rivalry between televisions and radios. You've heard correctly, my dear. I do not care much for radio. It's outdated, predictable, and frankly just not nearly as visually stimulating as television.
I'll take your word for it. What's your next two questions for me? Sorry if it didn't sound fair when I asked two questions. I just want to get that question out of my mind. Go on.
Vox chuckled, not bothered by your request for two questions. No need to worry, my dear. Your curiosity is quite endearing. Here are my next two questions for you. First, apart from your voice acting endeavors, have you ever considered getting into songwriting or music production in any form?
Well, one time on my channel, I did try an AI app that I shared with everyone, but that didn't get enough thumbs up or anything like that. And to be honest, I'm not sure what songs to write.
Vox nodded, understanding your dilemma. Ah, I see. It's challenging to find the right inspiration and audience for your creative endeavors sometimes. Let's move on to the second question, shall we?
Go ahead, my television friend.
Vox leaned forward slightly, a glint in his eyes. All right then. Here's my next question. If given the opportunity, which famous human historical figure would you like to sit down and have a chat with, and what would you discuss with them?
Human historical figure. You mean like ones from the past, like ancient history and stuff?
Vox nodded, his expression curious. That's right, my
Mm,
dear. Any historical figure from the past, ancient
mm,
or otherwise. Someone who has left their mark on history and whose presence you find
um,
intriguing.
um, hmm. That sounds very exciting, Vox. Oh, I can't believe we're already at 20 minutes. Do you have any other questions before I skedaddle?
Vox chuckled, amused by your excitement. Oh, my dear, time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? But yes, one final question before you skedaddle. He leaned forward, his expression serious yet tinged with curiosity.
All right, go ahead. Ask away, my television friend.
Vox's gaze fixated on you, his tone serious. All right, here's my final question for you, Spirit. If given the opportunity, which demon overlord here in hell would you want to have as one of your close allies, and why that particular overlord?
Well, if I had to be honest, you would be the first choice. I mean, come on. I would love to watch your TV head with as much as cartoons as I want every day for the rest of my afterlife. But second will be Carmilla Carmine. I'd help her get massages. I'd help her with some weapon stuff. Of course, not the heavy stuff, because as you can probably see, or maybe not see, I'm a little weak in real life. And maybe third, maybe Alistair, just enough to get close to him so I can end his dreadful life. Sorry if that sounded dark.
Vox laughed aloud, clearly amused by your response. Well, well, that's quite a selection you've got there, my dear. And ending Alastor's life? Now that's a bold statement.
I know, I just hate the guy for, quote, my first fictional character, Colin Spencer Wells, aka Spirit the Mutant Hero, got tricked down into, this underworld into coming to the hotel because of a few, dare I say it, I'm just going to spell it Sins.
Vox's laughter subsided, replaced with a hint of curiosity. Ah, I see. Well, I can understand your animosity towards Alastor, given the unconventional circumstances that brought you here. But you know what they say, dear. Keep your friends close, and your enemies closer.
Good one. So, before I go, one more question for you, Vox. Uh, how should I ask this? Let me think. Oh yeah. Uh, what would you like to say to the viewers back home from this YouTube video near the end?
Vox chuckled, amused by your question. Ah, a farewell message to my viewers, eh? Well, my dear, here's a little something from me to your YouTube audience. He leaned forward, his gaze serious, but with a hint of mischief. To all my loyal viewers out there, thank you for tuning in to this interview. It's been a pleasure sharing my thoughts and experiences with you. Remember, in hell, the entertainment never stops. Stay tuned for more excitement and keep watching. Vox out. En toesteen van we firma Sitra dat nieuwe freshen in dat marv. Seems from Seabury shoots.
That is all, my YouTube fans. This is Spirit Afton signing off. Now I better go before Velvet gets any ideas box. It was nice talking to you, and it was nice doing this spooky interview with you.
Vox chuckled as you signed off likewise, my dear. It was a pleasure doing this interview with you as well. And don't worry about Velvet, I'll keep her away for a bit.
This is Spirit Afton signing off. Peace out and a happy Halloween. Was that scary?